Hey guys, 66 here, and yes, I get it. I haven't uploaded in how long? A long time. I haven't uploaded in a long time. Just been having some issues in general with recording and editing and uploading. Museum of Powerhouses episode 2 is going to be on like permanent delay at this point, basically. Today we are going to be discussing Salamangreat Pendulums. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Salamangreat Pendulums. Now, I know this sounds crazy, right? This sounds crazy. If you've ever seen Triff Gaming, who's one of the biggest names in YugiTube right now because he's so controversial, you know he loves pendulums, and he made so many innovations in pendulums. And the theory behind a lot of his decks is that, hey, Electrum just sends something and you can do basically everything you want with pendulums, like Rongo pendulum deck list. I know you guys probably don't know about it, but basically, like, pendulums could have made Rongo really easily because you can use Rusty Bardiche. Rusty Bardiche is insane, by the way. This could get banned, honestly. Rusty Bardiche send a Cloak, and what Cloak does is add Boots to your hand, and Boots can summon itself when there is a Phantom Knight on the board, which is the Rusty Bardiche. So you can summon out Boots, and then that's a level 3. And Rusty, whenever you send the Phantom Knight to grave, you also set a trap. Just insane cards. So you set the Shade Brigandine, and you can activate that. That's level 4 Warrior. And basically, you just have enough resources to Rongo up and beat the opponent. So I realized, hey, with pendulums, there are so many different sort of paths you can take in order to achieve so many different combos, and you just play a few cards in your deck to make your end board so much stronger. Pendulums have really easy ways to get level 3. Then I looked at the Salamangreats. Mirage Stalio is a generic rank 3 that summons a Salamangreat from your deck. What does that mean? Any 2 level 3s make Mirage Stalio. My biggest problem with pens in the past, at least like a small problem, maybe not the biggest, but a problem I've always had was that Cloak never did anything, because you summon out the Boots, and then you have to get Boots engraved to get your next Fogblade. So it's like, what am I summoning the Boots for? What is the point of that Boots? It can't give me any plays. You can't link or synchro into anything really useful, because you can't synchro with harmonizing, because harmonizing can only synchro with magicians. And the only way to really do anything is to go to Dragster using Destrudo with Boots, but that wasn't really that strong. You just don't play Cloak in your deck at that point. It's not worth that little combo. All the links you go into, it's like Cerberus, that does nothing. That's completely useless. So it's just really weird. If we had a rank 3 that we could just play, that would have been nice, because you can just Cloak, Boots, make a rank 3 with anything, and that would give you more plays, hopefully. We didn't have anything like that. But then we did, because Mirage Stalio, you can summon Gazelle from your deck. What Gazelle does is it can send Salamangreat Roar from your deck to your graveyard. Now, Roar says that it's Infernity Barrier, and also if you make a Salamangreat Link monster with a monster of the same name, which is the whole gimmick of Salamangreats, what you can do is you can set it from your graveyard to the field and banish it when it leaves the field. So what you can then do is Mirage Stalio, bring out Gazelle, then you can use Gazelle to summon into Balinx, search Sanctuary, activate Sanctuary, and then link someone with Balinx into another Balinx, because Sanctuary lets you do that. Set back the Roar, and what do you have? You have a free Infernity Barrier at the cost of 2 level 3 monsters. You do this at the end of your combo, so hopefully your end board would be like Dragster, Fogblade, Infernity Barrier, Salamangreat Roar, and that's gonna be enough to win you the game a lot of the time, just of how strong of a board that is. This is basically what the Zephyrs did for the deck, but you don't have to send Zephyr Nui with Electromite. You can send whatever you want to facilitate other play, so in theory you're going to have more freedom. Now the problem with this is that Gazelle technically does work on its own. The Roar is dead though. Roar is very dead to draw, which is a problem. And Cloak also isn't very good to draw. Phantom Knights themselves weren't very good. With Cloak is just an extra brick. That's like a major issue, but I don't think that issue is enough to make the combo itself irrelevant. I think it's actually a really interesting concept. Adding on to that, if you have extra deck. Hey, editing 66 here, just a heads up. What I'm about to say is complete utter BS and not to be taken seriously at all. First of all, every time I try to say Sunlight Wolf, I instead say Heat Leo, which is wrong in every way. But also, what I'm about to say is just incorrect, basically. What I'm trying to claim is that you can use 2 Heat Leo to add back Roar, and then you'd play a I'm saying it again. Sunlight Wolf, okay? Heat Leo equals Sunlight Wolf in this video. What I was saying is that you can use Sunlight Wolf, and then use Sanctuary to summon another Sunlight Wolf using itself, then use Sunlight Wolf's effect to add Roar to hand, and then set it. And then after you activate on the opponent's turn, the next turn, what I was claiming you should do is use Sanctuary again, link Sunlight Wolf into a third Sunlight Wolf, and then use that effect to add Roar back to your hand. That's just incredibly dumb. Not even add Roar to your hand. I'm insinuating that you should use Roar's own effect to set itself. I'm just being like out of this world, ridiculous and dumb. Okay, what you can instead do is use Roar, Sanctuary, summon another Roar. I'm calling Sunlight Wolf Roar now. What am I doing? Use Sunlight Wolf, Sanctuary, get another Sunlight Wolf. Then what you do is you use it, add back Roar that you send off of Gazelle. Activate Roar. Next turn, use Sunlight Wolf again. Add back Roar, set it. Again. Add Roar back, set it. You can keep using it. I don't know why that just flew over my head, but yeah, guys, just ignore what I'm about to say aside from, like, what I just said right now. I could honestly cut it from the video, but just how dumb I am is good enough to keep it. Extra deck space, like a lot of extra deck space, what you can do is when you go into Gazelle, instead of just going Balinks, you can go Balinks, search Sanctuaries, activate Sanctuary, then you can link on up with Gazelle and Balinks in order to go into Heat Leo. Then you don't need to use the Salamangreat Graveyard effect, at least I don't think you do, and you can just use Heat Leo to add it back, then set it. The next turn, you can use Sanctuary again, target Heat Leo, get another Heat Leo, and then what happens is if you've already used the Roar, it'll use its effect to come back from the graveyard again, so you can use it twice. But personally, I don't think that's actually a good idea, because you're gonna need to run 3 Heat Leos, a Balinks, and a Gazelle. That's 5 extra deck spaces, which personally, I don't think that's worth it in any way. I'd rather just go Gazelle, Balinks, that's enough. And like, you're getting a negate back the next turn, but negates past turn 1 aren't nearly as useful as they are on turn 1. Those are my thoughts on Salamangreat Pendulums. That's my current concept that I'm working on. I think it's pretty cool. It's not like broken, super, ultra busted in any way. It's just an interesting new way to take pendulums, combining them with Salamangreats to get 1 or 2 extra negates. It's not the most powerful thing in the world, but I think it's some nice utility and might outclass regular pendulums and just slightly overcome them in terms of how you can get to your negates and how many negates you get, how consistently you get them. I think it just barely edges them out, which I think that's all it takes to take a deck to the next level. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for today. Take care, you all. Goodbye. More uploads in the future, hopefully. Hopefully, we don't go on another 5-year hiatus, Togashi style.